All right, so Love Is Blind is back. I don't have as many notes as I had last week, man. But
they only gave us 2 episodes.
Yeah, episodes 10 through 11. So Clay finally meets 80's mom.
Very nice young man. Very nice young man.
Oh, you still on his side?
Well spoken.
Clay met 80 mom.
Team Clay.
80 mom offered some advice because Clay was still venting about how he thought he was going to cheat.
This nigga.
She was saying, you are not the sins of your father, man. You know,
That's all he needed to hear.
That was your parents. And
No, it's not. Go ahead.
can move on. What did you think about him fishing to see that he said to her, he was like, hey, I've been studying Love Is Blind, and I've been going back watching old episodes because I'm trying to be a good husband, and I know that some people they get to the altar but they said no and they continue to date. Is that something you be interested in doing? She was like, no. What do you make of that?
I wasn't prepared for that question.
I'm glad she said no, because he said it's just red flag after red flag with him. You say you team Clay?
I am team
You
Clay.
stand on that?
I stand on that. I think my man gonna surprise y'all.
He gonna surprise us and do what? Cheat on her? Because we not gonna be surprised.
That ain't gonna be a surprise.
That ain't gonna be no surprise.
But I think, you know what I'm saying, he's still gonna be a good man. I think he's still gonna be a good man. He's gonna cheat here and there.
He gonna cheat year 7.
Energy.
He gonna cheat year 7.
You think that's what's gonna happen?
He said his daddy cheated on his mama year 7.
It might be. I think he is battling something with his father. I think he need to go ahead and learn how to deal with the battle he having with his father. Because I think he view his father as a good man, but he's still saying that he did have this flaw where he just cheated.
He struggles with knowing so much about his father, and I think that's the importance of niggas. If y'all out here cheating, don't take your son with you. Don't do that. Because they're going to end up like Clay.
We shouldn't even know that information.
We shouldn't. He should have never said
information.
anything. And if he said anything, it should have been something kind of off camera or a more intimate conversation that we don't get to see.
Yeah.
In regards to his reserves. But at this point, he need therapy.
Oh, he really do. And he said
he
hadn't been to therapy, so he know he need to go deal with it. But I think that's where the issue come from. Seeing his dad do that.
Y'all missing the whole. This nigga. I feel like he already fucked somebody because in episodes 6 through 9, he told her that he didn't come home because it was too much to drive from Lake Norman back to Pineville, right? Because that's an hour drive. Mind you, that's a city hour drive. That's not a leaving the city to go an hour to Greensboro. It's not the same. It's not even the same distance of miles. From here to Greensboro and from Lake Norman to Pineville is not the same miles. It's just an hour drive. Mm-hmm. He said I couldn't come home because I had to be there in the morning to show the property. So I'm like, did you sleep at the property? Like, where did you sleep at?
Maybe went to his house. His real house.
I listen.
Possibly.
All right, I'm moving on.
That's the only thing I could come up with. He had to be at his house or he slept at the property, but he's very vague when he quote unquote gives those details. But what I don't like is he likes to bring up her issues in front of people in general, because he did it in front of his mom and sister, and he also did it in front of her mom. The first thing came out that man's mouth was, yeah, she don't like my schedule, which is going to spark a conversation on, okay, well, what's going on now? You're exposing your problems to the parents.
I think the producers are telling them to do that because they're all doing that. There hasn't been one couple that didn't tell the parents the problem. So I think the producers may be doing some of the rigging of these conversations.
Makes the TV show better.
It does. Like, they all did it. When I first seen it happen, I was like, why are you telling your parents that? Then when I seen the black couple do it, and then I see another couple do it, and I'm like, come on, dog. So, I don't know. I feel like that's just them producing TV. Like, say this shit in front of your mom.
I was going to say, like, the whole thing with him, he just need to keep it real and tell that girl he ain't into her. But I know that's not going to make for good TV, so.
That'd be a good point.
No, that would make for good TV, honestly. I think
just telling her he ain't into her?
Yeah, but it's when you tell her.
I'm rooting for him.
It's when you tell her. Tell her at the altar.
I just think I
don't watch the weddings for that reason.
You probably right.
I don't like.
He gonna be a villain though. He gonna you the villain.
Oh,
that's the only way you gonna get up out of
He
it.
might be okay this season with Jermey. I think Jermey might be this season's villain now. Jermey or Chelsea.
I'm glad you brought Jermey up, man. First of all, man, Jermey opened up the show lying to his mom.
Right. You never lie to your mom.
And his mom still say, if your ass would have came home at 5 o'clock in the morning, your ass would have been outside because I would have locked the door.
Right.
On top of the fact, he still told the same. Him and Sara Ann got the same story. They got the same story. But what I really, 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 really didn't like about that whole everybody from the pods get together, I didn't like the fact that AD went and poked her nose in Sarah's business. I ain't like that.
Right. Yeah, I didn't understand that because it's like, are you and Laura that cool? Were you going to go defend her?
I think that's now that I sit here and think, I think that's them making her do it again.
The producers, it could be.
Hey, go talk to her about what her and Jimmy did. Like, I think that's because, come on, man, we all black,
right?
Like,
and why does everybody have to have their conversations with the people that they met in the pods?
Producers.
Yeah,
producers.
Yeah, it's
it made
hey, sometime today, could you please go talk to her?
Yep. Because I was mad at AD at first, but I'm like, why? Because we don't do that.
Yeah,
like
my boy Matt. They should have brought Matt on.
What was that?
Ain't that the weird white dude?
Yeah, he probably was somewhere happy with Amber, but
probably
you saw how excited she got because they was like he looked like Superman.
Yeah,
and she was like, for real, and they was like, yeah, but he's
a fucking serial killer.
He good.
Who, Henry Cavill?
Nah,
that's who Superman is.
He looked like the other Superman.
Which one?
The one that was in the Christopher Reeves.
Oh,
who you think the accountant looked like that?
They were just saying they were just saying his build,
glasses.
like his build and the fact that he wears.
Oh yeah,
glasses.
he is pretty swole. He's pretty swole. I didn't like that, but I didn't like the slander of Sara Ann. I didn't like that, man. Like,
me either.
This is a game show, and we all watched this show before we even got on the show, so we know when people get to the altar is really when the relationship ultimately begins. Really,
yeah.
It's like, are you going to say yes or are you going to say no? Because you got an out for 4 weeks. You can say no at the altar. So her just shooting him a message like, yo, dog, I know you chose somebody, but if it don't work out, hit my line. I don't see no crime in that.
Right. Like, they hadn't even been engaged a day. But shit, she said she sent that when she left, so they hadn't even been engaged. So for AD to come at her, it's like, well, she's somebody's fiance. It's like, okay, yeah, because of the premise of the show, but let's be honest. How many people make it off this show, AD?
Like, worry about your shit, AD.
I was about to say, how you giving advice and your nigga don't even want you?
That's what Sara Ann was. She didn't say that, but she was just like, worry about yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
That
nigga about to check out on your ass.
We'll see. I'm still Team Clay.
Also, man, I'm mad at Chelsea for telling Jimmy business on TV, bro.
About him fucking the girl. Yeah, and he said that he didn't want that to come out. He said, I told you that off camera.
He said you crossed the boundary, and that's when he walked away from her. I appreciate that he did call her out and call her drunk because he had to do all that for her to shut up.
Yeah.
And it was like, I guess it was a real, when you start taking a look back, I think somebody did a TikTok or maybe I saw it on Threads, but you generally starts these conversations after she's been drinking.
Yeah.
Where she's like the victim.
We all
and she
know
wants
someone
to cry.
like that.
Yeah. And so I think that he was in the right to call her out. Because she annoyed
recap
me.
of the Chelsea and Jimmy. You got that in your notes?
So pretty much, I'm sorry, y'all. So Chelsea and Jimmy get in a fight in this episode, like every episode. Chelsea brings up the fact that Jimmy had went out drinking with his friends. All right, and if y'all not watching this, just skip ahead 10 minutes, well 5 minutes at this point. But Jimmy went out with his friends to have a drink. He said he was only out for maybe an hour and a half. She starts fishing for shit. So she was like, was your friends there? Was, the girls that she met there? She was like, you was out with them? He was like, no, I was out with some dudes. Now, were they there? I think he did confirm that they did come out.
Yeah.
But he was like, I really went out with my friend to celebrate something that was going on.
It was a birthday.
A birthday. I had a
he
drink.
Said most of the time was driving.
Yes. I had a drink and I came back here, which Pineville to downtown.
Right, because they got them asses out there
thinking,
in Pineville.
If they're in Pineville, he either went to Matthews, because you know how you can hit that 485? Or
no, they went downtown.
He went downtown.
They went downtown.
Okay.
Yeah.
30,
I think everybody stays in Charlotte, but they
half.
forced them to live in Pineville for the experiment.
Okay.
Hour and a half, I'm thinking 30 minutes to downtown. Have your drink 30 minutes.
He said
and
he
30
had one
minutes
drink
back.
and then back. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's an hour and a half right there. And he did that shit quick. He found parking and everything. Bow, bow, bow. I'm in. But yeah, so she starts fishing. Hey, such and such was there. You want her? He was like, huh? I
Right.
Like, that's my friend. I'll introduce you
I
to
don't know
her.
how
Like,
he stayed calm. Well, he didn't. He got a little upset at that point.
because he stayed calm for a good bit.
Yeah.
But she just kept going. She was like, well, she just kept throwing shit on him.
Yeah,
You
because
want to
it's
be
like,
with her.
she doesn't accept when he says I'm sorry or I apologize. Like he tries to end the argument. She'll keep gaslighting. Well, I was hurt, and then she starts the whining shit.
Oh yeah, her
And
voice.
it's just like, I was hurt. But I was hurt. And it's like, but you are just trying to find a reason to cry.
This
Yeah.
Caitlyn Jenner in the face.
Yeah. This is
Oh, okay.
Crimson Chin. Crimson Chin.
Okay.
And she was getting on him saying that he lied about hanging out because I guess he wanted to hang out with his friends that night.
Well, let's not
and she
talk
said
about
in the
lying.
pods.
Oh, yeah, in the
she said in the
pods,
pods
yeah.
that you said you don't drink, that you don't do all this. I don't know if I want to be with somebody like
And
that.
it's like
Well,
one
you said
time.
you was Megan Fox in the pod.
I wanted him to say that.
I wanted him to say that so
Hey,
I
if
wanted
he
him
was
to
black,
say
he
it
would have
so
said
bad.
that shit.
But it's like she just kept going, and so I think he also stayed calm because he kind of saw that she may say something, and like you said, he did not want that on camera because people know him and people know this girl that he
Right.
is still friends with or cool with or talk to, whatever. So he told you in confidence because he's engaged with you. He didn't intend for this to be a known thing because we don't know what that girl got going on
Right.
or what.
She might have a boyfriend that don't know that they had sex.
Exactly.
He asked her, facts. He asked her, do you have a problem with them being my friends? And she said, yes, I do. He said, well, this is over. I said, yo,
That nigga real.
do you know how good the friend's pussy was that he chose the friend over the fiance?
Ain't no way.
Do you know
no,
how fire
no.
that box
No,
is?
Let's
That
not,
nigga-
That shit memorable.
Let's not
For sure.
do
That
that.
nigga said, you know what? I can't fuck her no more, but I'm not gonna lose her as a fucking friend.
because they're still friends, and so he was like, you haven't asked me to step back, fall back, whatever," and she did.
She said,
Right
well, fall
after.
back. And he
Yeah.
said no.
He said,
Yeah.
"No, I will not."
do you not understand? I fucked, like, you want to tell everybody
But
you
he
right,
also
I
knew
fucked.
she was drunk. He probably like, no, man. Like, I got to draw a line.
No,
Like,
no,
I'm
no,
playing.
no, no.
I'm playing this game with you, but I'm done playing. So, no. Fuck you,
Yeah.
bitch.
No,
I
the
mean-
line was fire ass box or fake ass Megan Fox.
Shout out to that.
You gotta clip that.
I'm staying cool with the girl with the fire box. I don't know about y'all. We gonna be friends for life. You had the fire. Too bad it didn't
Right.
work out for us.
That's
Well, they
fucked
seem to
up.
pick it up at the end of the episode. They went to Carowinds, solo date to Carowinds.
Fuck that bitch. Oh my god.
First of all, why that side of town? Why? What is it more aesthetically pleasing?
Could have
Is-
been affordable.
Yeah,
Is
maybe.
that the
For
most?
at least
Is
new
that the
housing
best looking side of
and
Charlotte?
the developer should have paid them to do that, so they
right,
could
because
advertise.
that is they still had construction. It's a new development. It's probably cheaper on the but from the bottom line standpoint.
Yeah.
So I think that when they went to Carowinds, so Carowinds was empty. First
Right.
of all, completely empty because they went.
Can I shout Jermey out for riding that ride with no hands? I was
Oh
like,
yeah, the Fury. He a
I was
fool for
simply
that.
It's so much
terrified.
fun with no hands up.
I'm
That's what they
a
say.
bitch ass nigga. I don't-
Pause.
You ain't never rode the Fury.
I don't ride rides.
So
Bitch ass nigga.
when they finally got done and they were sitting down and he was like, we never talked about the final answer, and she was just like, she got all teary eyed. And I was like, oh shit, here we go. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't listen past that point.
I think there was a cutoff. I think they ended it.
We'll find out
They
next
never
week.
they never
Okay.
told how the conversation ended.
They don't make it. And my new prediction is Clay and AD makes it, but
Oh, now you Team Clay. Don't jump on the bandwagon now.
I have a feeling he's gonna do what my guy did in Chicago. Although he knew he wasn't ready to be married, he just said
So
yes.
you think the reunion is gonna be where they break up?
No, I think we'll find out online later.
Oh.
You know, I think people who know AD, I think word to get out. I think we'll get a real closure to that after the fact. But I don't believe they stay together in the long run. But I can see him saying yes. I don't know. I tried to go through her Instagram and see if I could pick up single vibes. I don't really get that. We all know the couple that is getting married.
Yeah, and I don't even care for their story.
Yeah, nobody cares.
Like, they
And-
tried to make the dad thing seem like he wasn't gonna approve, but he was like, "Shit, white man, you good with me?"
Oh, that's another thing I wanted to talk about real quick. I felt like when AD mom met Clay, I felt like AD's mom had been married to her father. I guess I don't know. We don't know that. We just know her father passed away.
Yeah.
I think if I think this is one of those times where I was like, see, this is why a daughter having a father is so important to meet the man that she says she's gonna marry, because he may not like him. You know, I don't expect every man to like the person their daughters chooses, but what he can do is detect the bullshit and just let you know, baby girl, you gonna do what you gonna do, but I don't think this guy is right for you. And it has her father, like her mother said, what her mom said was too encouraging. It was like supportive.
Yeah.
I don't feel a man says that. I feel if a man could hear what he was saying, he would say, all right, well, nice meeting you, son. Pull his daughter to the side one-on-one and say, listen, baby girl, you can do what you want to do. It's your life. I wouldn't marry him. And if you do marry him, good luck.
I think she tried to say that in a nicer tone, because when he stepped away and she went on the other side of the table and talked to her, she did say, if he don't get it together, or if you still feel reserves, or he's still nervous and he's still talking about everything he gonna do wrong, he's not the man for you. Like, she did tell her.
I didn't catch that, and I was looking for that. Like, I was looking for her mom to like, can you say something?
She said it a couple times. She was like, he's not the man for you, and that's okay. Because AD started crying more, because I guess you realize the truth. Like, if you really love somebody and that's not your person, that's part of the reality. You have to walk away. And so that's why I said I was happy that AD did tell him straight up, hey, no, we're not fucking around if you tell me no.
And if her relationship doesn't work, and with Jimmy and Chelsea specifically, with Chelsea, and I think, what was old girl name? Was her name Jessica? The one that Jermey cheated on?
No, Laura.
I think Laura.
Oh, yeah.
I think this is better television. When you take women like Chelsea, you take women like Laura, and you take women like AD and you explore why they single. Because we can see why AD is single. She says she trusts this man to lead, but everybody who watches this show can clearly see that. Why would you trust him to lead?
He's not leading nowhere.
Besides Johnny, he's indecisive. He don't even know how to make a decision on a relationship. Why would you trust him to lead?
That's very true.
When we look at Chelsea, she's always gaslighting her man. Like, where is this coming from? Where is this stemming from? There's deeper psychological.
And then she wonders why people cheat on her.
Exactly. There's deeper psychological issues to be explored here. Then when we get to old girl that got cheated on,
Laura,
she just seemed like she was just a rough pick. You know what I'm saying?
No, I think
you gotta be a certain type of man.
Last season you had the rich girl, the girl that had it all together with the macho dude.
Yeah.
So Laura is she's like a manager, executive, or whatever. Because even when they went on their honeymoon, remember, she wasn't answering some questions in front of the camera. She was like, "Bitch, I got a team." Like, so she has a career.
But I feel like that independence is to be explored, because there is a certain level of, and I've heard this before, he got to make me soft. But there is a certain level of, like, you know, softness that a man is trying to find when he's picking somebody.
No, you're right. I've heard that before too.
And so I don't know. I just think these are things to be explored, because we talk about it all the time. I say, you know, somebody single, you know, it's not your fault. It's the dating pool, this and that. But at what point do you, as a single person, start to say, all right, what am I doing wrong here?
Never.
Why do I keep getting
the
same
do it.
result?
None of these women do that shit. I'm sorry.
And I'm talking
D.
about men and women.
Crazy.
I'm talking about men and women.
I'm sorry, D.
I'm talking about men and women.
Nah, you're right. But I think
it's
men do it more.
I think it's to be explored. I think Clay needs to go be real if it don't work out. I think Jimmy need to go get some, like, Jimmy, like, you don't. Honestly, Jimmy, you keep trying to convince yourself you want to be with this girl.
Yeah, now
and
that's
you saw
killing me.
Jessica and immediately told yourself that you fucked up.
Oh yeah, now Jessica played him right. She had them tight ass shorts. She played him up. She knew what she was doing.
She had them titties sitting.
Heck yeah.
Oh,
was
shout out to the
like-
titties on this episode.
Oh yeah, titties was that was the winner of this episode.
The winner of this
Titties.
episode was the titties. Everybody's
was
titties
out.
was nice.
She looked really nice, and he knew, like,
Speaking of
he
titties.
just knew that he messed
Shut up, man.
But I will say, I also didn't like how Chelsea was so bothered by him, like, being close to Jessica, saying something to Jessica. But the moment Trevor walked in,
Oh, she was flirting.
she took her glasses off. She was like, "He's a beefcake. He's beefy.
Yeah.
He's like,
That's how
oh
women
my
do you.
God."
Trust me, that's how they do you.